I used to train 5 to 6 times per week and I stayed stuck for years. The moment I cut down to 3 intentional trainings, everything changed. The reason you're not growing is not because you're doing too much, it's because you're doing too much of the wrong things. Most skinny guys and hard gainers believe that more effort equals more growth and more muscle. What if the secret to getting jacked was actually doing less? Fewer workouts, fewer exercises, stuffing less food in your mouth, but with way more intention. You don't need more workouts, you need better ones, and you don't need more food, you need more calories. My name is Matteo. I specialize in helping skinny guys transform and build a body they're truly proud of and confident in. So, the typical skinny guys think more is better, 5 to 6 workouts a week, 20 sets per muscle group, starting their session with bicep curls, chasing the pump on every single exercise, believing they're just going to inflate their muscles to oblivion. This was me as well. At the end of the session, I felt like I was growing, but as the weeks went by, the progress didn't sustain itself and I wasn't actually building long-term muscle. I was sore, I was fatigued, and surely I was telling myself, dude, of course you're building muscle, but that is not the case. Same thing when it comes to nutrition, trying to randomly eat more, skipping meals, random snacks here and there, bites and snacks. This will keep you full, but you're still under your calorie goal to be able to hit that calorie surplus and actually see the scale move. This is a hard one for skinny guys to comprehend because obviously it sounds pretty intuitive, like if I'm small, I have to do more in order to get bigger. Now, that's not always the case. What you want is not randomly shoving more food, doing way more sessions. That's not gonna help. What's gonna help is actually progressing on those lifts in the gym, actually being in a consistent, sustained calorie surplus so you can actually grow over time. The goal is not just randomly hitting a calorie surplus one day and then going back to your old habits and offsetting that surplus at the end of the week. That's not going to work. When going to the gym, having this grocery list of exercises to complete in the gym is not going to help. You want to do less, you want to do a couple exercises, but actually progress on those exercises. Now, in this culture nowadays, we always think that you have to hustle, you have to train more, you have to do more, you're not fatiguing yourself enough. I had that mindset before. I was like, dude, I have to do more if I want to be more, if I want to grow more. But what most people forget is that you're actually recovering when you're not doing anything. The training is supposed to be a stimulus for your body to have to adapt and recuperate to come back stronger. I struggled for years with this mindset where I thought I needed to do more. And in my mind, if like I was doing less, I was being lazy. Dude, you're leaving gains on the table. But that mindset obviously kept me stuck for a number of years because I kept taking one step forward, one step back. I was making a bit of progress, but I'd always come back. This is your sign that you focus on doing less, but better, more intentionally focus on progression instead of randomly adding more to your plate. When I started focusing on the things that truly push the needle, which I'm going to cover after, everything started to change. My muscle growth. As a consequence, I started feeling more comfortable in my skin. My self-belief increased. I met my girlfriend. Doing less but higher quality is what's going to push the needle for you. Now, to show you what this looks like, I train 3 times per week in the gym. But every single time I hit the gym, I know exactly which numbers to hit. I know exactly the order of exercises I need to be doing. I know exactly reps and sets to be done, how to progress week on week. If you're not adding weight over time to your lifts, like you can only add a certain amount of reps and sets, but if you're not adding weight over like a 3-month, 6-month time frame, you're not going to be building a lot of muscle. Your training is designed to get you stronger over time. If you're not getting stronger, why would your body grow? I hop on calls with guys and I ask them, how much have you added in the last 6 months? And they tell me they don't know what to answer because they don't even know that they have to increase. You have to be giving your body a reason to grow, which is over time. The easiest way to do that is to increase the weight on the bar. This visual transformation is a byproduct of me getting stronger in the gym, drastically getting stronger on all of my key lifts, pulling, pushing on my legs, everything. I had to provide a reason for me to grow. Now, obviously, there's nutrition, which plays a big part, but it's like some guys are fully training, they're optimized on training, some guys are optimized on the nutrition, but you need both in order to truly transform. And when it comes to my meals, I simplify the whole process. I'm not tracking carbs, I'm not tracking fats. I roughly have 3 meals per day and sometimes 1 snack, depending on my goal. But other than that, I take 2 minutes to track my calories or guesstimate my calories in those meals. And at the end of the day, I'm roughly around my target, which is 2,700, 2,900, and that's how I do it. What guys don't understand here, there's a couple key things. There's 4 things. Recovery. If you're training every single day, your body doesn't have the capacity to recover and to come back stronger. When you go to the gym, you should be coming back fresh and ready to hit performance goals. If you're not, you're either training too much, doing way too much volume, or you're not fueling yourself enough. But guys will be training way too much, and on top of that, they're not eating enough. So by default, they're not going to be getting stronger. They're not going to be recovering enough to make slow progress. For food, eating more means absolutely nothing. It's very, very subjective. Are you in a calorie surplus? How many calories have you had today? That is the question. People lie, numbers don't. Are you in a calorie surplus? Progressive overload. This is what I call my rule of 70%. 70% of people go to the gym, they're consistent, they're eating healthy, pushing themselves in the gym, but it's like, all right, are you getting stronger week on week? Are you actually pushing the needle on your exercises, or are you just going through the motion? Are you providing your body a reason to grow, or are you just doing a grocery list of exercises every time? And finally, how do we make your progress predictable and repeatable and consistent? We track numbers. What's your daily weight? What's your average weight? So we can see if it's slowly going up. What was your performance on incline bench 3 weeks ago? What is it today? Is it the same? Or did you add 10 pounds already? So the message of the video is don't randomly do more, do less consistently with more intention, with more tracking, with the goal of progressing over time. And how do you progress? You have to track and measure your numbers. Now, buddy, I personally help guys like you every single day. If you want to see an in-depth training showing you exactly how we do it, the system behind everything, there's a free training down below which shows you everything. And with that being said, I'm wishing you a great day. Take care of yourself. Catch you later.